How is it going, everybody? I hope you are all having a great day. Thank you so very much for stopping by the channel today and checking out my latest video. And what the video is about, well, something Chevrolet and GM did that is just, I don't know, caused so many people so much trouble. What is that? Stick around, come back, and I'll explain. Welcome back. Glad you could stick around. Makes my day a lot more pleasurable knowing you're checking my video out and you're halfway interested in something I'm talking about. Now, what is that confusion? What's going on? And so on and so forth. It involves two things. The first one being the 5th Gen Camaro. Yeah, mine's covered up, I know. But as you can see, I've got the pad. No building yet, no garage, but it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. Might have to do a video on that. But that's the first part. The second part, yep, you know it. The switchblade recall. So let's get in the car and I'll explain even further. The problem is that people, well, GM and Chevy was getting reports of people hitting the switch with the switchblade key installed. And the report was that they were, while they were going down the road, they would hit the key with their knee, and of course it would cut the car off. And when the car cuts off, first thing you're going to notice is you lose power steering, and it will scare a lot of people. And you know, it could possibly cause a wreck. So GM rectified that by taking the switchblade key and making it a mandatory recall. And some people are still reportedly getting the letters. But what they did was they took the switchblade part out, left the old nasty hole. I've done a video about how to fix that, and I'll post it. I think it's up there, so you can see how to do that. And just added a dangler key, a regular key hanging off the bottom. Well, in their great infinite wisdom, after a couple years, well, you can go buy new keys and guess what? There's a switchblade again. Well, what people are finding out, and you know, they don't like the dangling keys. They want the switchblade back. So what they're doing is they're ordering the housing, the Keyfob, off of Amazon, off of eBay, you know, 10 bucks, where they cost 60 something dollars at the dealership. I think I paid 63 for mine. But long story short, they're finding out that when they go and program it, and they crank the car up, in some cases the car is not recognizing the key, okay? And in some cases everything works except for the remote start. Please excuse me, I'm still suffering from a little bit of sinus infection from cold that's going around, but let's deal with that. Now I'm going to show you how to fix it with my key, my car. I don't have an automatic, so I don't have the remote start option, but I will tell you how to solve that problem. And you know, there's several ways to do it. The easiest way is to have a backup key, a spare key. Stick it in the switch, switch it on, but do not start it, okay? Let it set for a few seconds, you know, 10-15 seconds. Take that key out, immediately put in your new key. That will program the key fob, okay? Another way is if you don't have the original key for whatever reason. I don't know how you have your car and don't have the key, but let's just assume you lost it. You have another car, you've driven that car, and it might have been in that car and it got lost. Now, with that said, the way to fix that is same way as before. Stick your key in, switch it on, but this time let it set 10-15 seconds, switch it off, switch it back on, and you repeat that step. I forget the amount of times. It seems like 3 to 5 times, and like I said, I'll have that video up top. You can check it out. But on the last time, it should operate everything in your vehicle, including starting and remote starting, okay, if you have that option. But the way you know that it's locked out, when you switch your key on, and I'll show you here in just a second, but right on your tachometer, right in that area, there will be, let's just go ahead and switch it on. You can, hitting everything. You can see the car with the lock on it. Now mine's went off, so that shows that the key is programmed. But the ones that are not unlocked, that will stay on there. And like I said, if you only have one key, you do that the recommended amount of times. And on that last time, when you switch it on, after the 10 to 15 seconds, that locked emblem should go off. And it's working for a lot of people. I've gotten a bunch of comments and private messages on other forums saying that it's working for them, but the remote start's not working. The reason the remote start is not working is because you have purchased the wrong key fob. Yes, I said it, the wrong key fob. You've purchased the wrong one. And I will show you how to tell and what you're looking for when you order one, and how to tell that you've gotten the right one. So let's get inside and I'll show you that. Alright, here we are back inside the house. As you can see, I've got my key fob opened up. And I don't know how well it's going to show up in the video, but if you look right in there, you can see a group of numbers. It's a GM part number, but also a UPC code number in there. What, buddy? And when you go to order your key fob, if you order the wrong UPC code, then that key fob will not work, no matter what you do. But make sure when you order your key fob that you pay attention to the UPC code number on there. And some of your real cheap ones that you order on eBay won't come with it. Some of them will. I hope that's coming through on the video. But once you've made sure of which one that you need, that's half the problem solved. Now when you get it in the mail, it's going to be blank on both sides. Okay, it hasn't been cut yet. Now there's a remedy for that too, and it's very simple, and I'll show you that. Because, you know, why take it and have the new blank cut and everything when you've got a perfect blank here if you're not looking to have a spare key. Let's say for instance this your buttons wore out and you want to swap out this. Some people actually take the internals out and all that good stuff, but why do it? Here is a very, very simple fix for that. All you have to do is, you know, you get the package in the mail, open it up, press your button, and open it about halfway. You see right there's a little pin. Okay, it's a little pin right there. And all you got to do is push that out. So all you do is take something like a little small drill bit, insert here to where it's half open. And what I use is I've used a little small drill bit or one of those little small screwdrivers that fit in that hole. Anything you can find to fit in that hole. A little, I want to say number 6 nail or smaller, finishing nail. A finishing nail will go right in that hole. You push it out, and as you can see, it's open on the other side. So you can push it one way or the other, it doesn't matter. Just push that little pin out. Take this section out. Lay it over to the side. Get your new one. Do the same thing. So stick something in there like a screwdriver or drill bit. Push the pin out. Then you have a new fob with no blank in it. Take your working blank, right? Stick it back in. And there's a notch that's in the blank. And I'll show that now in the video. What you have to do is when you put that in, insert it back into this, that notch has to be facing this button. Because what will happen is that'll give you somewhere a recessed area for the pin to be back in. And then you just take a pair of pliers and gently squeeze it back in, or lay it on something flat and take a little hammer and tap it real easy, or even use what you use to take it out with. Put on it, hold it, tap it back in with a hammer. Then you have the existing key with the new key fob. Now the new key fob's not going to work. You're going to have to program it. The two best ways to do that is if you have a second key, like a spare key, your wife's key, or whatever. Take it, use the spare key reprogram video that I have posted. Stick it in, turn it on. Don't crank it, but turn it on. Switch it back off, take it out. Take your new one, stick it in, switch it on, let it sit there. And that car emblem that I showed you earlier with the lock on it will disappear. It'll just go poof, magically. Now, if you don't have that, you'll have to use, if I only have one key programming video, like I showed you at the top. And what you do there, you stick the key in, switch it on, let it sit there 10-15 seconds, take it back out. I normally pull it out of the switch, stick it back in, switch it on, let it sit there, and you repeat that cycle a certain amount of times, and that will be in, all that information is in the video. And after 10 tries, you will then, I think it's 10 tries, you will then, or 5 tries, 5 tries, 10 seconds, that's right. You will be able to then start the vehicle, and the remote start will work on your vehicle. The remote start will work, the door locks will work, the trunk popper will work, everything will work at that time. Unless there's a new method out there that I just don't know about. But I'm sorry I can't show you that on mine because I don't have the remote start. But that's okay, I'd prefer the straight drive. That's just me. But that's how you fix a key, like if your buttons are wore out and everything. Just order a cheap blank off of eBay. Make sure you use the correct one. Make sure you order the correct one with the UPC part code. Because if you don't, the remote start will not work. Nothing I can do about it except warn you and try to tell you what to do. So, with that said, let me get you off the tripod. Get you spun around here. With that said, I hope this video was useful. I'm constantly finding new ways to program keys and whatnot in my little video booth. But yeah, I hope you found that useful. I know a lot of people are having issues with the remotes not working for the remote start. It does everything else, the key works and everything, but the remote start doesn't work. That's why you have to make sure that you order the right key fob, because some of them are for equinoxes, some of them are for avalanches, yada yada yada. Okay. Now with that said, I hope you found this video useful, and you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, share it with people if you like, if you know someone that's having an issue with theirs. But I just thought I'd make this video in another series of ways to program the keys. GM and their infinite wisdom should have left things alone, you know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But you guys take care out there, and I will see you next video.